All right, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking about real issues in real time for a few real people out there just like you and me. This is not a music-related episode. This is a thing-related episode. Thanks to Scotty T again for sending me this link. Scotty's doing all the research, and I am looking at these links. And some of them, quite honestly, I'm not talking about. This one here, we both agreed was just absolutely tragic and shameful. And if people don't start taking this stuff seriously, and I'm talking about like your local news channel, like your local news can make the connection here, right? So let's make the connection. And then, again, is this a coincidence? I don't know. I don't know. So this is a big account over on X called Sudden and Unexpected. I'm going to use code language just to see if we can keep the little fact check banner off of this video. But, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. People who've watched this channel know I tend to use language which doesn't correspond to what, like a word that begins with a V here. I'm just going to say we are proud to do the thing to a group, or go to CVS, whatever you want to call it, to a group of first responders, including Captain Palmer, Captain Kevin Palmer of the North Richland Hills Police Department. We're grateful to assist in doing the thing to other heroes, not just him, but other heroes serving our community. Is this what you wanted to do to your heroes, by the way? Is this the appropriate thing to do to heroes? Hashtag healthier tomorrows. Wow. So this is the original post from January 7th, 2021. Okay, and Northeast Tarrant, North Richland Hills officer, Kevin Palmer, he's, by the way, the chief of police, or the assistant chief of police, dies after collapsing on duty. And there's a little symbol here. Okay, but that's the headline. By the way, you can follow these guys over on X. They have about 65,000 followers over there. And they have, we share via news sites. So they're basically just doing the research like Scott did to send this over to me. Social media snippets of the carnage caused, hashtag died suddenly. Does anyone care? So you click on this story, right? And it's the typical, by the way, this is what he looks like. And this is obviously he's wearing what everybody was wearing at the time. And why did he do this? Well, he did it for his patients. He did it for his family. He did it for his community. Healthier tomorrows are happening today. How could so many people be duped? This had to be like, there must have been some sort of a zombie enzyme that people ingested in addition to just going along with the herd. It's crazy how many people went along with the herd. By the way, these little symbols behind him here, I'm sure this is from the medical outfit here. Can't really read the name here of, I guess it's part of the Healthier Tomorrows group. But these things should be like little nuclear fallout symbols or something that would make sense based on the story. So you click on the story. And I'm going to widen this out so you can see it on here. I don't know if I'm going to be completely visible anymore, but who cares about me? So here's the whole story. This was updated on May 3rd of 2024. There is Officer Kevin Palmer, who was Assistant Chief of Police, passed away after collapsing while on duty back on April 30th. Okay. And so this information, it's not that this information doesn't just percolate to the top right away, but what I've noticed is that, to do the research, you have to know where this is. This is from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Fort Worth, I'm assuming, is Texas, and North Richland is also in Texas. So I figured that out just because I've heard those names before. He collapsed while at the police station and was transported by the North Richland Hills Fire Department to a local hospital, but went to be with the Lord, surrounded by his family and those who cared deeply for him, the release states. Did anyone ask why he went to the Lord so quickly and so suddenly? They're going to talk about he was an Air Force veteran. So this guy served our country on the front lines, whether it was in the military or with the North Richland Hills Police Department. Started back in February of 2004 as a police officer, was promoted to sergeant in 2012, lieutenant in 2018, captain in 2020, and then assistant police chief in July of 2023. No word, though, how this could have happened. Did he have a pre-existing condition? Nope. They're going to go on to talk about he was assistant police chief. He oversaw the patrol, traffic, SWAT, and criminal investigations. He received over 40 police awards, the release says, and graduated from both the Senior Management Institute of Police and the 283rd session of the FBI National Academy in 2021. So this guy was a law enforcement professional of the highest order. Assistant Chief Kevin Palmer was such an integral person within our police department family, it will be hard to think about him not being a part of our leadership team, said Police Chief Mike Young. Now, with this excellent investigative crew here, are they not interested in why Assistant Chief Kevin Palmer died suddenly? They're not. Are they interested or are they not? They're interested in what Kevin was, right? Kevin was a truly incredible person in every part of his life, and our department greatly mourns his loss. Does that mourning include any sign of maybe justice with that mourning? Would that type of mourning inspire justice? Curiosity? These are just questions. I'm just kind of baffled here. Kevin will be remembered with fondness, okay, and respect and gratitude for his service. This, according to North Richland Hills Mayor Oscar Trevino. So the mayor chimes in and says throughout his career, he was recognized with numerous awards and commendations. You know that Dr. Fauci got a commendation when he left the White House? Donald Trump gave him a commendation for a job well done. It's true. I know some people don't want me to say that. He was a dedicated servant leader and a cherished member of our community and police department who will be terribly missed. Palmer leaves behind his wife and 2 sons. Notice it didn't say how old Kevin Palmer was when he passed away. Funeral arrangements are pending. Mayor Trevino directed that the flags at city facilities be lowered until the day of interment. Wow. So this guy is, he's dead, and nobody is curious as to why. Look, you want to run the whole privacy thing by me again? Privacy. He needs privacy. Okay, he needs privacy. But he's dead. There needs to be some justice. Why couldn't there be some justice in all this? Why couldn't somebody say a full investigation into why this decorated super cop is now no longer alive? Why can't we do that? Why isn't that part of the story? I'll tell you what, all right? This guy clearly younger than I am. And all these people that are dying are younger than I am. I'm starting to get very afraid. Why? Everyone's going to die, Dave. What's your issue here? I know when you hit like 75, maybe in the old days, and you're in relatively good health, maybe you got a few health issues, you start to think about, okay, just be thankful I'm still above ground here. I'm not that old yet. But all of this makes anybody say in their mid 50s and higher think to themselves, I may not have much time left, right? And here's the deal. if they would come out and say, clearly this guy did something, and I showed you back in 2021 when he did, because a lot of people say, well, you don't know if he did it or not. That's why this website, this group here, Sudden and Unexpected over on Twitter X, whatever. That's why they found the original post, the original date. They had the picture of him proudly showing why he's doing it. He did it for his family, right? Now his family doesn't have him. He did it for his community. Now his community doesn't have him. He did it for his coworkers. Now he has no coworkers because he's not here anymore. His coworkers have said that it's going to be really difficult going on without him. He was highly decorated. He was trained for this. And essentially, he was a guinea pig. Because, of course, I'm brave. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show everybody that this is fine. There's nothing to worry about. And, okay, Dave, but you don't know for sure this is what caused it. You're right. I don't. And apparently the North Richland Hills Police Department isn't going to launch an investigation into this. Seriously, are they going to look into what happened to this guy? And every single case like this, you read it and you're like, okay, there's no self-awareness here again. When I say, I use that term a lot now. There's no like, okay, this was a healthy guy. He was on the police force. Maybe he had comorbidities, right? Maybe there's something going on that we don't know about it. And maybe there should be some privacy there, but nobody is saying anything. So it leaves the door wide open for speculation and curiosity. But apparently the news media isn't. Why isn't one local news outlet going, okay, this is weird. We know for sure he went and did the thing because here's the evidence, right? Well, it took a long time, Dave. It took like 3 years, if that's what you're implying here. It took 3+ years. So is this like a ticking time bomb? Doesn't that scare anybody out there? Does that frustrate somebody? One person? Isn't one person frustrated? Look, the algorithm isn't going to like this video. I wasn't going to post any other videos today. I did some music content earlier, and I was contemplating putting this. I have another channel called Politically Homeless that I run. I don't post as much stuff over there. I was thinking about just doing this and putting over there, but I want people to see this. I want people to think about this. Even if you think I'm crazy and this is nuts that I'm even connecting these dots like this, there are a bunch of people, believe me, that because I talk to them every day, that feel exactly the way I do. And it's weird that nobody is looking into this still 3 years later. We had the Chris Cuomo thing, right? And that kind of made headlines, but did anyone say, okay, we're going to pull all of this product off of the market as a precaution, right? Just as a precaution. We're not sure yet if this is the cause of anything, but to just be cautious, we're going to take this off the market. No, our FDA, CDC, whatever, they're all full steam ahead. Are they on number 6 right now? Something like that. Number 7 since 2021. That's insane. If you've taken all of those, which I think the uptick for this now is like below 10%. But if you're one of those people that has just listened to these people, like they're the experts, they're the experts in carnage and mayhem, and wouldn't surprise me if they were behind the death of this decorated police officer. Just saying. They may not be, though. It's all a coincidence. I'm crazy for bringing it up. Stick to music. Don't talk about this stuff. All right, you do you. I'll do me. I'll continue to bring these up. You can blame Scott. I'm not gonna dox Scott, but he's on Patreon. He is a member of Patreon on this channel, and he's sending me stuff like there's 2 or 3 more from the weekend that I didn't even touch. but this police officer one kind of breaks my heart. So, and they all should break everyone's heart. And by the way, whether this was the cause or not, this was a hero, and he's no more. Anyway, folks, not much else to say. God be with all of these people. Apparently, this was a Christian family because they mentioned how he went to be with the Lord. So that's good. Now that he's with the Lord, I'm sure he'll find out what actually happened to him. And if, this was just a mass soft genocide event, or if this is just some mild coincidence that had nothing to do with protecting you and your family and in your community and all of that good stuff, making sure you didn't kill grandma, grandpa. Yeah, that was the motivation. And when you read this stuff from 2021, it was like mass hypnosis, and we all bought into it to some degree. I'm not perfect in that. I think I wore one of those stupid face diapers a couple of times. And when I say a couple, I mean probably less than 10. And there was a lot of pressure everywhere you went. People were wearing them. And if you didn't wear it the right way, you'd even get lectured about that. So I don't know. I don't want to ever go back to that. And there's no guarantee that we won't, because there's no accountability. The two front-running candidates for president do not care about this issue. They do not care. So I'm just being honest. And let's pray that more people wake up and push back and do something local. Don't try to do it on the federal level, because these federal agencies are captured by corporations who will lose money if the truth really comes out. So they'll lose billions of dollars, most likely. Anyway, that's my video. God bless everyone. Stay safe. And as I often say, stay away from CVS and Walgreens if you can.